All right, so some breaking news about the future of college football, and how is the college football playoff going to work starting in a year from now? And we all know that the 12-game playoff is here, which I think personally is a good thing. And there's a lot of different reasons why. I mean, y'all, we're all consumers. I may be in the media, I may cover, Georgia and the SEC for a living, but it's something I'm passionate about. I care about college football. It's a great sport. Excuse me. And the more football we get to see, the better. That's the way I look at it. We're gonna see this thing start. Oh, now remember, you got 12 teams, right? And Georgia would have been in a 12-team playoff from 2017 on. So this would affect Georgia directly. But in 2024, this coming year, the home sites, there will be a Friday night game and there will be three games on Saturdays. So Georgia, if they do not win the Southeastern Conference, would be in the position where they would have to host a game or perhaps go on the road 4 days before Christmas. So I'm looking forward to my wife's reaction to that one. But anyway, those would be the home sites. So the Friday and Saturday before Christmas is going to be home playoff games for seeds number 5 through 8. They will host 9 through 12. The winners of those games then go into the quarterfinals. And again, they're staggering these as well. They're taking one bowl game, which has been on, and I don't, in this case, the Fiesta Bowl. I was going to say the weaker of the bowls, and I would say the Fiesta, when compared to the Peach Bowl, Rose Bowl, and Sugar Bowl, is weaker. But in the years where the Fiesta, in the years where the Orange and the Cotton are the semifinals, the Fiesta will go. Oh, not all years. I'm speaking too fast here. The Fiesta Bowl will be New Year's Eve. I'm sure that will be at night on the 31st of December 2024. On New Year's of 25, now this is a Tuesday into a Wednesday, you're going to go Peach at noon, Rose at its traditional 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, whatever it is, and then what's become traditional Sugar Bowl at night. The semifinals are going to be when the national championship used to be, which is on the 9th and 10th. They're shifting from Mondays, though. This is the important thing that's going on here. There's three major things that are happening all at once here. The national championship game is being backed away. It's going to January 20th. That's a Monday night. So that has not changed. But you've got these home dates for your top, or for your bottom 8 teams. The bottom 4 teams will go to the middle fours campus. They will play a Friday night game, which I guess the whole world will watch. And then the Saturday games will probably be noon, 4, and 7. And then you've got, the winners of those games 10 days later. You're going to have Christmas during this, y'all. I mean, this is going to be wild. You're going to have the Fiesta on the 31st. And then on the 1st, you're going to have, like, the Rose Bowl is not budging. They're given their traditional spot on the 1st, but it may be that the Rose Bowl never hosts a semifinal again. That's my conjecture. I don't know that that's true. But you can see right now where, for instance, let's just take the teams that play on Saturdays. So Saturday, you'd play on the 21st, before you play the Saturday before Christmas. And then you would have, in winning that game, we'll say they'll play on the 1st. So you're going to play Saturday the 21st, and then it's going to be, some of these are not quite right. Okay, here we go. Saturday the 21st, and then you've got Christmas on that Wednesday. And then you would play again on the 1st, which is obviously a week after Christmas. So you've got basically 10 days from the time you play on a Saturday, and then you're going to play again on a Wednesday, all right? And Christmas is in between there. Then you got another week on top of that where you're going to play on either a Thursday or a Friday night. And then you have 10 days from those games to the championship. So you have a month of college football playoff. you thought college football was big before now. Wait till the future. It's going to explode. A whole month of college football playoffs. That's a big deal. If you sign up for our newsletter, you get the opportunity to win double dogs. It's the only link below. I'm not doing this deal for a long time, only through May 15th. Only five. You got 5 people will get this book, so it's not just like it's only one book. So sign up to our newsletter down below. It doesn't cost anything, and you enter into a chance to get double dogs. Okay, 5 people will get it, and I'll mail those out probably on the 16th. So I mean, this is a lot to digest here. You know, Orange and Cotton will get the semis in 2024, Fiesta and Peach, so Gary Stokan and company in 2025, which I believe hosts the national championship game. Am I wrong about that? I'll keep talking. But I think it's going to be an amazing, it's going to be a great time. Yeah, so this is crazy. So Atlanta, Gary Stokan and company will not only host if I'm not mistaken, now let me not get this wrong. Yeah, not only will, now I'm a little confused here. So we just did Los Angeles, which was 23. This is what, okay. The first national championship, okay. So the first national championship game will be in Atlanta for this. If I'm not, the last one is going to be Houston. So the 4-team playoff. Now we're going to go to the 12. Gary Stokan and company, they host the national championship in 2025. For the 2024 college football playoff, which culminates in the 2026 national championship, that will be in Atlanta on January 19th, 2026. So this is going to be quite a, I mean, you're talking about 11 games over a 10-day period. And you also get all of the old bowl games. Now, people will watch them though. That's the thing that's so crazy about this is people say, well, it's killing the bowls. It's not killing the peach fiesta, sugar, cotton, and orange. I mean, it's not killing those bowls. And I mean, it's not the Peach Bowl's fault that they prepared themselves for this moment, and the Alamo Bowl did not. I mean, the Alamo Bowl could be on here, but they're not. And you know, the Cotton Bowl prepared themselves for this position. They don't play in the Cotton Bowl anymore. They play in Jerry World. So, um, I am for one, I'm trying to figure out how this is going to work as a person in the media. I am not looking forward to Georgia, say, playing a road game at, it would have to be, well, you could play at Notre Dame. So that's always possible because Notre Dame has no capability of playing in the quarterfinals. They have to play in the first round because they're not a conference champion. But you really very seriously could have a scenario where Georgia goes and plays at LSU. You could have a scenario where Georgia plays at Alabama, and that's 3 or 4 days before Christmas. Now, like a season ago, you would have had, I would have to go back and look at some of the reporting, but uh, you would have a couple of, SEC schools playing because that's what you wound up with. I mean, the close of the college football playoff rankings, which was not the final rankings. It's the final rankings. It can get a little bit confusing over time, but I only ever use Associated Press rankings. But the college football playoff rankings, the final rankings had Washington, Penn State, USC, Kansas State, Utah, Clemson, Tennessee, and Alabama. And this as the bottoms. So in this scenario, Washington would travel to Neyland. Penn State would go to Clemson, which would be a fascinating situation. Uh, no, I said that wrong. Okay, now hold on. Excuse me. Washington would go to Alabama. Penn State would go to Tennessee, USC would go to Clemson, and then Kansas State would play Utah. The winners of those would then go on to play um, in the quarterfinals. So that, for instance, the winner of the Washington um, no, it would be the winner of the Utah Kansas State game would play Georgia. And then and then Ohio State would host. Of course, Ohio State couldn't be in the top four because they didn't win the league. So it gets a little jumpy. Clemson actually would be the four. So the way I said it there was wrong because a top four has to have a conference championship or they're not going to be in the top four. So the way in which we've done things in the recent past is going to change. I do think this is going to get better. And I know that sounds crazy, but I like that college football is adjusting. I like that college football is, um, progressing towards a new situation. I think that you don't want the sport to die. And that Alabama LSU 11 championship game, a lot of people were a lot of people not in the South were very concerned about that. And we've seen what's happened with, you know, West Coast football. And now, this also opens up the door that like SC, Michigan, and Ohio State, they can't all win the Big Ten. So that's a problem. Someone's going to have to be left out here um, in the future. And I don't know who that will be, but it's going to be fascinating, having having Georgia go to USC, or having USC play at Clemson, or having USC play at Tennessee, or having USC play at Ohio State for, for the chance to win the national championship in snow in just a few days before Christmas. College football is about to get taken to the next level in terms of attraction and entertainment and all that stuff. Eyeballs are going to increase. Um, that's just all there is to it. That's why this is happening. I'm excited. I'm a little bit confused still working this out because it's just breaking. But anyway, thanks for watching. Sign up for that newsletter to get the book.